Yeah, I think everybody stepped up a lot this week. You know, you really find out a lot without having camp last year, and those young guys. You know, once it gets hard, once it gets tough, who's really going to start taking it seriously and start stepping up? And I feel like you see it out of all those guys. You know, they're really bringing it. Whether it's K, Joe, G, Mitch, all those guys, they're really coming up strong. And Patrick Gerd's playing really, really well. So I mean, we got a really strong unit right now. They're all making plays. They're starting to know their assignments, and they're all just really just playing hard. Seems like he's playing a little bit more free. You know, he came over from linebacker, kind of wanted to rush into it and play a little bit more. Like, seems like he's slowing down, playing a little bit more free, seeing everything a lot better, understanding the offense and what we're trying to do, and you know, letting his athleticism just take over for that. So I feel like he's done a really good job of that, of just knowing what he's doing and kind of helping us out in every aspect, which is what he was coming over here to do.
Jeremy, what's your just kind of overall impression of the offense at this point? I mean, it's such an explosive offense the last couple of years. The quarterback outstanding. Where does it stand right now? What is kind of the identity of this offense?
Yeah, I think the identity we're trying to go for is just everybody can do everything. You know, can't really tone into one guy, because if you really try and give your all attention to one guy, then the other guys can really just step up and kind of hurt you. So we're trying to be as balanced as we can, whether it's perimeter, run game, everything like that, and try and just like I said, just be as balanced as we can and have a lot of weapons. So I feel like as we all continue to push each other in practice and be competitive with the defense, they're playing really well. So I feel like kind of competition within ourselves is kind of making us more balanced and spread out.
What's your impression of the quarterback? I don't know the starter or anything, but what's your impression of those guys?
Yeah, I mean, they're all doing great. You know, like I said, they didn't really have a camp last year, so it was tough for those guys to really get into it. But as the season went on, you know, you could really tell that they're trying to take it seriously. You know, in camp, it really shows how professional you are, and in the meetings, in the meeting room, on the field, and walkthroughs and everything like that. And they're all taking it super seriously, and we're excited for that. Yeah, you know, it's big shoes to fill. Obviously, Luke did everything for us. He did it at a really high level as well, and really reliable for us. But Cade's on the right track. You know, his care factor is really, really high. You know, he really wants to be great. He wants to push himself to be the best, and you see bits and pieces of it every day, getting more efficient in that aspect. So I feel like he's just really become more of a dominant force and starting, like I said, to play more free and dominate in all aspects of playing tight end here.
What's the thing you're seeing in this camp that says he's a tight end or he's a good football player?
Yeah, I think like you guys said, you know how talented he is and how capable he is of being a good football player, and I think playing tight end is a little bit more of technical and more of like playing a position of development, and it took a whole year to develop, and I feel like he's really starting to fill those shoes and show how much he, like I said, how much he cares about it, and it's really showing. He's playing free, he's playing fast, he's playing violent, and he's playing really well.
Jeremy, how does that change your role? You're trying to transition into being a leader in this room after playing behind Luke and Jake but now you're also trying to teach G and Cade how to play the position correctly, make it different than the way you practice.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of knew what we had going into it, the role I was gonna have to take on, and you know, I was showed the ropes really well by Luke and Jake and those guys. You know, they really helped me out as a young guy, so it's only right for me to do it for them. And our coaching staff is just amazing. You know, we got a lot of guys helping out. They know the position really well. This offense is complicated, so you need a lot of help in that aspect. And I feel like with the coaching staff, with me being here for a while, I think it's really been helpful for those young guys. And like I said, I'll do anything I can to help them out. You know, I had the help when I was a freshman, so I know it's not easy. It's hard to pick up this position, especially here, all the jobs you have to do. So, like I said, they're all coming along really well, and it's making it a lot easier for me to play more free and not have to worry about what they got.
What's your impression of Sam being a poor man's Jeremy Ruckert? That's what I heard from some people, was that he was a poor man's Jeremy Ruckert. Have you seen similarities between you and Sam Hart when he got here versus when he was a freshman?
Yeah, he's coming along really well. He came in, he kind of understands the game pretty well for a freshman. He's still got some ways to go, but like I said, coming into play at tight end at Ohio State, especially as a true freshman, I went through it, is you kind of get hit in the face right away of not only the physical responsibilities you got to do, whether it's blocking a defensive end or running routes on a safety. It's kind of the mental aspect of you got to go hard every single play, or else you're going to kind of you're at the front side of almost every play. You're either blocking for the perimeter, you're blocking in the run game, you're in a pass concept. So I mean, you really have to be on your game every single play. There's no really play off for us. So I think that's really what he's trying to really hone into and get better at, is just going hard every single play. And it's really tough as a young guy. So he's coming along well, and he's got some way to go. Yeah, it's definitely a tough transition, but I think he's the perfect guy for it. His mental approach to the change has been outstanding. He really wants to he wants to do it. He wants to be great at it, and this whole offseason, him and Cade were partnered up in the workout groups and everything like that, pushing each other really hard. So they go hard, they compete. He fits the mold of what it has to be a tight end here, and I think the biggest thing, like I said before, is the mental aspect of it and the want to, because at the end of the day, you can be as strong as you can. You can lift the most weight, but weights don't hit back. Players do, so you have to be a ball player and really just show that you want to do it. Yeah, like I said, he wants to, and he's showing that he can. He's not scared. He's not shying away from it, and he's coming along really well. He's throwing his stuff in there.
Jeremy, you made a commitment, obviously, to return to school here and invest another year in yourself in the program. Where do you think you're going to be in a year ago? You're coming on, obviously, at the end of last year, making a ton of catches and being a significant part of the offense. Where do you think you are from then to now in the development of the track you want to follow?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me is I've always went hard. I've always taken it very serious. But after making the decision to come back, I feel like the thing that really hit me was that this is it. This is my last chance to really go through all this off-season programs, this fall camp, and really just focusing on making it count. You can't really rely on next year. Oh, I'll do this next year. I'll do this next year. I mean, this is it. This is my last fall camp. I missed out on one last year, so I really got to take it seriously. And I think my mindset of just going through every day like it's my last, because it actually is what's really helping me out this year. Yeah, I think I'm playing a little bit more free this year. I feel like I understand the offense a lot more, so I think I'm able to play a little bit faster. I think this whole offseason, really understanding concepts and sitting in the meeting rooms a lot more with the coaching staff has really helped me understand kind of what we're trying to do on a play, not just the play. So like with the why behind it. So I think that's going to help me play a little bit more free and get into some spaces where last year I might not have been able to get into the zones or anything like that. So I think that's what's going to help out with playing a little bit more freely and a little bit faster this year.
Jeremy, what are your goals during camp here, and how do you balance trying to push yourself so that you can feel like you're getting better without maybe overextending yourself before all this?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for this camp was kind of showing up and leading the way for the young guys. Me and Mitch were kind of the only two guys who really went through some real camps. Cade went through one of them, but I think the biggest thing for us was showing the way and what it takes to go through a fall camp, because it's really not easy, and bring these young guys around, because the further back the young guys are from being ready to play is the more that it's going to take from the older guys to really put the load on us. So I feel like the biggest thing for us is just get these young guys acclimated, show them the ropes, show them what it takes to play hard, fast, and recover, and going through meeting rooms and stuff like that, because that's what camp's all about. And I think that's what our main goal was getting these young guys really acclimated. And for myself, just really pushing myself, because like I said, the load's going to be a little bit more without Luke here and Jake here and everything like that. So trying to get into a game shape, really, game speed and everything like that. It's the smallest I've ever felt. I'm not used to it, but our whole offensive line is huge, and you kind of take it for granted sometimes. But when you're standing next to him and you just look up, you're in good hands. Yeah, I think that's definitely something that helps out a lot, is that we kind of just understand football really well. Coach Barnes over there says it all the time. Playing football is just you're playing ball. So every single position you play, whether it's on special teams, whether it's tight end, it all ties together, the same kind of techniques and everything like that. So not only are we all different types of players, we're all different types of people. So I feel like all different parts of the country, all different beliefs, aspects of that is what's really bringing us so close together, because we got one common goal of being the best unit we can be, and I think that's what's really happening. Yeah, you can, going back to this summer, you can feel him when he works out. You feel his energy, you feel his seriousness, and I think he's kind of taken that into camp this year of kind of being an energy giver, giving you energy and having a great mindset. And whenever he's in the game running the ball, you can tell that he's running with attitude and with a purpose. So I feel like that's kind of what you're starting to feel from him. Yeah, last year it was a little tough, because this is kind of the time of year where you really start finding out what you're going to be in the run game. We didn't really have that chance last year with, hitting fall camp and everything like that. We had to kind of get rushed into it, so it took a little bit last year. But I feel like our running back room is loaded with talent, loaded with guys who want to be great, and I feel like this fall camp of just banging the pads and really trying to figure out kind of where we want to go with the running game and everything like that is really coming along really well. So we're excited for that.
You're obviously working in tandem with the offensive line a lot. When they first put out this line with the 4 tackles out there, and Delon up there, and Thayer at guard, like what kind of was your reaction to that? And does it feel different than other alignments that you guys are using?
I mean, it looks pretty insane. You know, those guys out there next to each other. It's definitely something to see. It's all those giant guys on one line together. But I mean, this whole offseason, everybody's been moving around. Everybody's been doing it. We haven't really had one solidified offensive line yet. So I think they all were prepared for it, moving around and being as flexible as they can because, especially learning last year with COVID, everything, nothing's set in stone. So you had to be ready to do anything you can. So I feel like that's what's really helping us out a lot.
Anything you've been doing or saying with G to help him get bigger? That's probably a goal.
I mean, I don't know. He's just one of the strongest players on our team, so he's got the strength. He just kind of have to learn how to use it and be playing power, which I think he's doing a really, really good job of. Mainly what I'm just trying to talk to him about is what it's like, what you see, what you feel, because at the end of the day, what you're thinking and what you see in a play is kind of what the outcome is going to be. So just trying to slow down his thinking and understand that if you just have a general idea of what you got to do and you can play free with the technique that you've been taught and the technique that you've been working at, he's going to elevate his game to a really, really high level.
Anything else for Jeremy? Go ahead.
I know you probably talked a lot about this at media day and the name, image, and likeness, but now that you've got to be checking the hotel and be around your team more, how have you noticed you and your teammates have either embraced or are still learning more about name, image, and likeness? How's the general excitement regarding all this opportunity?
It's very exciting. You know, we finally have the opportunity for that, and it's definitely going to help out a lot financially and stuff like that with a bunch of our guys because coming to a place like here, you know, you have a lot of resources and a lot of opportunities, but like you said, we're learning about it more and more every day. I feel like Ohio State's done a really good job of educating us on the topic, of bringing in people to explain the do's, the don'ts, the ins and outs of the NIL situation. So I feel like you know, we're off to a good step, but like no one's really rushing into anything crazy right now because you don't really want to get jammed up, especially with camp here.
And Ryan Day talked about it on Monday how he hasn't really seen it being too much of a distraction all that much. I'm curious, you know, with Harrison State and whatnot and being an onlooker, do you see it ever being a distraction for your room and your team?
I don't think so. I think the culture that's been set here has been based on, you know, the seriousness of what it takes to be a great team, and I think that once everybody's all in on that, there's no really room for distraction. And I think that's really instilled in us from the time that we get here. You know, you could be a walk-on, you could be a 5-star. As soon as you get here, you got to earn your stripes, and the way to do that is to show how serious you are. So I don't really see distractions, especially with the NIL stuff, really playing into the season at all.
Great. Jeremy, thank you very much.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to click on that subscribe button so you don't miss a single thing, and come visit us over at BuckeyeGrove.com for all the best Ohio State information on the web.